The story starts with a memory of Barry, also known as the Flash. His mother's car had broken on their way to their destination. Flash couldn't help but feel frustrated, and that is when his mother utters her wise words that resonate through his mind. You can't change what will happen. A few days later, young Barry comes home from school and finds his mother had been murdered. Coming back to the present, Flash is standing by his mother's grave along with his wife Iris. He blames himself for not reaching his home time, saying, "If I had gotten home earlier, I could have saved her." That is when Iris says the same words as his mother. Some things in life can't be changed. Before he could say anything, a notification pops up on his mobile. Someone had broken into his museum, and he ran there to see who it was. It was none other than Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, Heatwave, Mirror Master, and Top. They overtook Flash and stuck him to the wall with adhesive glue. They had come up with a very sly plan, which made Flash suspect that someone else was behind them. His suspicion came to be true when his arch-enemy Zoom appears in front of him. He brought fear in even the villains he hired by revealing he had attached a bomb to everyone. Although Flash was able to trap him with the adhesive glue, Zoom didn't even budge. He just wanted to bring an end to Flash and his justice reign, even if he had to sacrifice his life. Just when things looked impossible, the other members of the DC League came to Flash's rescue. They dropped the other villains in solitary places so that no innocent citizen gets hurt. Rather than rejoicing over Zoom's defeat, Flash couldn't get over Zoom's dig at him. There are some things you can't save, no matter how fast you are. He was reminded of his mother because of these words. Trying to shake off his frustration, Flash ran with all his might. Little did he know that he will be woken up in a different world altogether. When he was woken up, he finds himself at his work desk. In a few seconds, he is filled with horror and confusion when he finds out he is no longer in his own world, as he finds out his life is not how it used to be. He tries to use his powers, but instead of taking off at full speed, he falls off the stairs. Before he could comprehend or even question what had happened to his powers, he is bewildered by the person standing in front of him. His mother Nora was somehow still alive and normal. Flash starts blurting out of the confusion that he has superpowers and is the Flash, after which his mother also shares the lingering feeling of confusion. She had no idea what he was talking about. Meanwhile, this world's Batman was fighting off Yoyo. Not only does he injure her, but threatens to kill her as she doesn't let him at the judge's location, who was kidnapped by the Joker. He was almost done killing off Yoyo by throwing her off the cliff when Cyborg saves her and comes with an important message with him. He ushers Batman to join the team to stop Aquaman and Wonder Woman. Their war was killing off millions. Aquaman's Atlantean forces had drowned most of Europe underwater. On the other hand, Wonder Woman conquered Great Britain with her army of Amazons. In the past, they were on the verge of an alliance before Wonder Woman killed Mera, Aquaman's wife, who was trying to kill her for having an affair with Aquaman. Batman does not share Cyborg's concern and says that they had already lost the war, meaning that he had no will to fight in the war. Back to Flash, he is understandably having a mental breakdown. He runs to his workplace but is let down when he realizes that no one remembers him. What broke his heart the most was that his wife was no longer his wife. When he saw Iris at his workplace, he was overjoyed, but that joy was overtaken by sadness when he saw another colleague of his approaching Iris with a child who looked so much like her. This hit him as he realized that in this world his wife was married to someone else other than him. Trying to figure out where to go next, he decides to visit Batman's cave, but he is not met with the Batman he knows. Flash is hit with another excruciating, painful reveal. The Batman in this world is not Bruce Wayne, but is Bruce Wayne's father, Thomas Wayne. Alternatively, Bruce Wayne is dead. There was no way to reach him. While Batman is torturing him, Flash tries to tell him about what had happened to him and tries to retrieve his suit from his ring. Instead of his suit coming out, he was handed Zoom's suit, which showed that Zoom had a hand in what was happening to Flash. When he reveals that in the other world, Bruce Wayne is alive, Batman tries to help Flash. Barry, with the help of Batman, tries to recreate the accident that gave him powers, but instead is left with a severe burn. Subsequently, he gains his memory of this alternate reality, how Bruce died and how Thomas' wife became the Joker, gone crazy by her son's death. Meanwhile, forces fighting against Wonder Woman and Aquaman are falling down one by one. Back in London, when Steve Trevor tries to free a reporter named Lois Lane but is met by Wonder Woman. Eventually, due to the lasso of truth, he had to admit the truth that he's looking for Lois Lane, and Wonder Woman kills him while Lois escapes. In addition to that, in what remains of Paris, Deathstroke and Lex Luthor were also killed while they tried to track down Aquaman. Due to this, the president tells Cyborg to sit back and tells him that he will be using his soldiers instead. On the other hand, Flash tells Batman that Wonder Woman and Aquaman he knew would never hurt an innocent soul. Not giving up, he tells Batman to help him set up the accident once again. In the interval, Wonder Woman kidnaps some Atlanteans and kills them, which results in more hostility between her and Aquaman. Right when things were looking tough, a speedster entered the scene. This speedster saves Lois Lane from getting killed by the Amazons. At the same time, Batman successfully recreates Flash's accident, yet Flash isn't able to change reality. According to Flash, this could be Zoom's doing or someone else was using the speed power in this world. Flash gives another piece of information to Batman. He tells him that in his reality, this was the very day that brought Superman to Earth, also known as an alien fell with the meteor. To check whether his suspicions were true, Batman calls Cyborg to confirm the news, which he answered affirmatively. Cyborg takes Batman and Flash to a high-security government office, the very place where they kept Superman. They rescue Superman and tell him that they are his friends, hoping that he will help them with their fight. They were chased by the US troops who they tried to fight off. Unfortunately, Superman, when he retrieves his powers, runs away, leaving the others behind. Back in Amazon, Captain Hal Jordan also gives a shot at fighting the Amazon, but in return gets killed. It seems like the world has no choice but to come to a sad end. While the others are figuring out what to do out of the situation, Batman has given up. Still, when Barry tries to come up with a plan, he compiles it with him. Batson and his siblings, along with Captain Thunder, try to fight Wonder Woman, whereas at the same time Flash, Cyborg, and Batman distracts Aquaman by fighting him. From the battle resulting from this, Zoom emerges and blames Flash for creating his timeline so that his mother was alive. Superman arrives very late, and everything seems to be going really awful. Upon seeing Zoom, a dying Batman kills him. He tells Flash to run away and gives him a letter to give to Bruce Wayne. Flash, consumed with mixed feelings, efficiently goes back to his own reality. Upon returning, he visits Bruce Wayne and tells him about everything, from top to bottom, and hands him the letter from his father. The movie ends with a boom tube opening in space and a gang of parademons emerging.